What is up guys, Johnny Cooper here with another YouTube video, and we got a new state of play revealing new information about Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. PlayStation users get timed exclusive content called Time Shattering Skins, which features Series Upgrade Skin and Marsupius Eructus, like erection. I like how they slide in sexual references. I didn't think that was possible in today's day. We get our first look at Uka Uka and Dr. Entropy. We even get Cortex and Entropy having a little rivalry like old times. We can see that they're still stuck inside that lava place during the ending of Crash 3 Warp. Uka Uka headbanged the wall so hard he cracked open a hole in space and time and he died. Or maybe Cortex with his stick beat the shit out of Uka Uka and then died. Like, I'm not even joking. I think he might have actually died because he doesn't appear with Cortex or Entropy in here. Which is where Cortex and Entropy are back in business to build things up again. It seems like it's been a long time since Warped in this timeline. It looks like with the crack in time that Uka Uka made and Cortex and Entropy working together, well, I mean at least at the beginning, because it does look like Entropy is doing that Ramsey Bolton smile, making him seem like the final boss battle in the game and he'll betray Cortex later on. Very awesome since he was built up and warped only to be butchered halfway. Toys for Bob is honestly killing it right now by making him the main villain. Anyways, them working together and the crack in time will suck in Crash, Coco, and Aku Aku from the Mind Over Mutant timeline and put them in the Crash 3 and Wrath of Cortex timeline, you know what I mean? I think the reason why I say this is because all of Crash's stuff are in the beach instead of his house, and I think they just might have been teleported back in time. And the reason why is because first, what I just said, he wakes up because Aku Aku screamed at him to alert him of the situation. Second, the surfboard has a Titan's tattoo. Third, Coco has her Mind Over Mutant glasses. And last, Crunch's name is spelled out on the refrigerator. Unless this Crash 4 already introduced Crunch off screen and none what have I just said are just Easter eggs, then maybe they were teleported from Mind Over Mutant to this timeline, like who knows. But I like how it starts off with all the furniture in the beach. It's definitely how I'd imagine a comeback to Crash Bandicoot starting off, and we get to play Insanity Beach again as the first level, but in a different part of the island. I like how every character in this game is expressive, like it feels like an actual cartoon and not stiff. Now I know why they had to change the art style for that game, since I don't think Insane Trilogies will have been able to cover what Toys for Bob wanted to do for this game, and that's why they had to change it. They also updated a few things like the Nitro box. It was previously just the N-word, but now it's just the full words being spelled out. An amazing change because I was actually bothered from that. As predicted, we unlock skins via getting gems. I think they're talking about the small gems we saw and also completing specific tasks, which will result in an achievement of a skin. There will be no microtransactions in the game. It's already been confirmed for those who might be a bit worried about that since it's Activision and everything. We will be getting dozens and dozens of costumes and outfits for Crash and Coco, maybe even Cortex and Dingodile, and they even revealed a few here. We will be getting a Mortal Kombat type Crash Bandicoot costume, a Pirate Crash Bandicoot costume, a chicken costume, motorcycle bike Crash Bandicoot 3 costume, a painter Crash Bandicoot, a robot Crash Bandicoot, dinosaur Crash, a neon Crash, and now we move in with Coco with her having a unicorn costume, a Dr. Engine costume, which reminds me of how Coco and Engine have like this sexual rivalry, which is probably why they made Engine look younger in this game, because they're probably going to do that again. Coco as a captain with an eye patch, Coco as Scott Pilgrim type thing. We even get the PlayStation costume skins that we're going to be getting for at least 1 year. It's a time exclusive, you guys got to remember that. Which we have Coco as a cave woman, Coco as a cyborg woman, Crash Bandicoot as a caveman, and Crash Bandicoot as a cyborg. Those look awesome, honestly. Now, they revealed how you get to play as Coco in any Crash level, so it's not just specific levels, and she still plays a major role in the story this time, following Crash Bandicoot and the Quantum Masks. Now, this feels like an actual adventure. This game is basically the game Sonic fans wanted, a Sonic Adventure 3. Now, that's actually very epic, because I actually like to see Crash's characters, not just Crash and Coco, but more of their characters in the universe get to be expanded and them getting their own storyline, like it's being taken seriously and everything. And as a Crash fan, that's just amazing. We get to have a story like Twin Sanity, Titans, and Mind Over Mutant, but with the classic formula being expanded. And we get to play with different characters in their own journeys with amazing cutscenes and interactions between the characters. Since we know we play as Crash, Coco, and Cortex, with Crash and Coco being the same story and Cortex having a different story with different gameplay mechanics, we now get a new perspective of a new playable character with his own adventure. That is Dingodile, folks. folks. He is my favorite Crash Bandicoot antagonist, and for the first time in main timeline games, we get to play as him. His gameplay is basically like Luigi's Mansion, but with actual hardcore platforming going on. He turned his flamethrower into a vacuum gun, so you'll basically suck up TNT barrels and throw it at enemies or objects that are in your way to explode them. You can also suck up the crates to get Wumpa fruits and bitch slap enemies with your tail. And you can glide a little with a vacuum releasing the air. He basically retired from being a villain a long time ago, which is honestly kind of epic how they're doing that, you know what I mean? Like villains being villains, but then they retire, like they're actually giving life to these characters, which also shall tell us how long it's been in the timeline. As he opens up a diner which is sadly destroyed in front of his eyes, and his journey begins as he gets out of retirement and seeks out revenge on who or what caused the destruction of the diner. And it is also sucked up into multiple dimensions, and he'll have his own full levels. I hope Dingodile never crosses paths with Crash and Coco during his journey. I really don't want them to team up or anything. I just want Dingodile to have his own story to make it feel like a Dingodile spin-off game and to develop the Crash universe more. Especially since it's always been Crash versus Cortex, this will make it feel very different. Now we are introduced to new modes in this game. Beanox and Toys for Bob teamed up to introduce Verted mode. One mode where we can spin paint to give color and life to the environment. Another one being a neon level which looks dark and hard to see, and which is actually going to be very difficult, and I can't wait to try that one out. Another one being an old TV movie which also changes the speed of the gameplay to make it much more harder and fit. An inverted mode, basically everything being all just inverted. This blue and red one which reminds me of Uncharted. A water mode where it looks like you're playing underwater but in platform levels, and many more. But the water level looks scary as hell, honestly. Don't you guys think? Once you unlock all these modes, you can play them in any level, which makes the game even more replayable to play in different art styles. Also, look at these cartoony blocks. They feel very weird, but I also just want to put my lab assistants are back, which I'm glad, honestly. I'm glad they aren't like completely scrapped from this game. Now, could this be a baby Bandicoot from the cancelled Crash game reintroduced? Also, Aku's feathers are taped. What the fuck? Honestly, I'm sold for this game. You can tell they're going all out by giving new modes, changing a few things, the cutscenes, the animation, the variety of the skins, different characters to play in with their own journeys. Heck, we'll even get Tana playable later on. I can't wait to play it. What do you guys think of Dingodile being playable? Will Entropy betray Cortex? What's your favorite skin and mode? Let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.